Good evening, everybody. This is Shannon from the Backwoods Boys here, and just coming back from Lewistown, Montana, to go get a few supplies for my knife making, my lovely knives and leather. And you know, it's a moonlit night, and there's snow on the ground everywhere. Casey's been in the box all day, so I thought I'd just let him out and run. I bought a piece of plywood for a friend of mine because I asked him on the way out of town. I seen him, he was up by my place and had his hounds looking for cat tracks. And I asked him, you need anything from Lewistown? He said, hey, could you pick me up a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood? I said, sure. So I just finished dropping that off at Bud Martin's there. And yeah, it's just a beautiful evening, and I can't pass up this little opportunity to make a little video. So I'm going to start my truck up, and we're going to just cruise out on the prairie here off a 7-mile road, which is a 7-mile dirt road going into the town I live in. And now I'm off on a 2-track, you know, off of that dirt road. So we're just going to go up to, I don't know, just a little ways up the road here on this 2-track, and then I'm going to get out and we're going to look around at the moon, and maybe we'll be able to see Saddle Butte and stuff like that. So here we go. Hold on to your horses. There goes Casey. He wants to run. He likes to run. So turn my fan off there, and we'll just get my phone up in here. Might have to go into 4-wheel drive. Feels like I need to. So popped her into 4, go into 3rd gear, and I can't even see Casey. He's really moving. So I'm doing 15 miles an hour. Oh, there he is. So he's got to stop and do his thing here, mark his territory or whatever he does. Yeah, so we're out here on the prairie, and these are little foothills right here of the little Rockies. So they're just little foothills with some timber on them, and you know, they even stop, and then there's a space between these little foothills and then, you know, the bigger hills with open prairie. So it's just a little different out here than it is on the western side of Montana. Western side of Montana is very mountainous, lots of creeks and rivers and things. But out here on the Great Northern Plains, it's a whole different geography. So I never really learned geography until I moved to Montana 35 years ago. I learned a lot when I went to Canada. I thought Montana was a big agriculture state, and it is. You know, it's beef country. They raise cows here, and a lot of grass. But Canada, man, they got so much moisture up there, and a lot of land. They're still breaking up ground from forest land like they did back in the New England states, you know, 200 years ago. I'm not kidding you. They're breaking up virgin forest land and putting it into farmland. And those big 200 years ago, that's what they did. Those big plantation people, they'd break up ground and get it farming to where it started producing and stuff. And you have to let that ground mellow out for, I don't know, maybe 10 years. It's so acidic because it's in forest land, right? You know, whether it was back east or up in Canada or whatever. And, you know, you have to let it mellow out, and for the pH balance to get straightened out. And then it becomes premium farm ground, virgin, just some of the best crops, you know, you've ever seen in your life. somebody else has been up here in the last 24 hours, looks like, so. But probably cat hunters, still, I think they're still running cats. Bud Martin was out this morning, looking for cat tracks, and so it's probably what this is here. You get a little fresh snow, and they want to run their hounds and cross some fresh tracks, and chase a putty tat. So, hunting is a big part of Montana. And I know a lot of friends of mine, or some of them anyways, like from California, they don't understand, some of them, they just don't understand, it's a part of life, and I've raised hogs and beef and chickens and done all my own butchering and stuff. I was a hunting guide for 20 years probably. Killed a lot of game. I'm not into the killing part of it. I always prayed for the animal after I killed it, and thanked the Lord for, supplying the meat, food for my family and stuff. But everybody, a lot of these people, they just buy stuff out of the store, and I don't know, it's different. So I've kind of went past. I've kind of went past where I wanted to go. But hey, we'll get out here too and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Casey, come on. Come here. Come on. You're such a good boy. Yeah, you are. You're such a good puppy dog. I love you so much. So we're up in this little basin here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. The moon is right there. You see that, folks? That's the moon. And she's just lighting up the prairie here. I got the lights on my pickup truck on, but the moonlight is so much more beautiful. And it's interesting, she don't have no light of her own. She's just reflecting. And turn my lights off there. She's just reflecting. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Yeah. She's reflecting light from the sun. Wow. That's a huge concept, and I've been through a lot of stuff here this last year. Oh man, have I been through some stuff. But and I was I'm a Christian, but I'm also like in this place in my life where I feel like I went back in time or something, and because I needed to go back and just kind of pick up where I think maybe a couple of things in my life went wrong or sideways or whatever, and I wanted to go back to that spot and kind of look around, and that's what we're doing here. We're at that junction. There's Saddle Butte over there. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I wanted to go back in that junction in time and reevaluate some things. and find out who I really am. I know I'm a Christian, and I think I've realized I don't want to be a legalist. I'm a grace man, and so the moon there, she's reflecting the light from the sun. And as Christians, that's what we need to do is reflect the light of God, the love of God. It's kind of like the bride and the groom. She takes his name and she honors him. She respects him. And he is her Lord. And that's about as far as I can go, because if you get too much deeper than that, I think sometimes, I mean, you can go deeper, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know, just the love of God, and he's the him, and the bride is a she, and the moon is a her, and she reflects his light. So, I don't know, and look at Casey here, he's being a good boy. Yeah, you were just hanging out, weren't you? So I think what we'll do, folks, is I'm gonna quit rattling on here. I don't want to be a philosophist or nothing, but I am a Christian and just still at 58 years old trying to figure everything out. So, or not even necessarily figuring it out, but just trusting that God knows what He was doing. I had a little episode. Coming home, I almost passed out driving home in my truck, and phew, I could be gone tomorrow. I told Norma, if you don't ever hear from me again, just know that I loved you. I love you. I do. I love you. I love her. So, and she said, stop talking like that. You're going to make me cry. So, but this is beautiful. I'm going to cut this video off, and we're going to drive back to a little saddle here, and we'll look at Saddle Butte. So, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Backwoods Boys. And I just try to keep things real, and this is about as real as it gets. It's my dog, my truck. Check this out. I got 20 feet. See if we can put it in the light here. I got 20 feet of 1/2-inch square stock steel and 20 feet of 3/8 inch square stock steel. And I'm going to make some bottle openers and keychains, blacksmith, hand forged, to familiarize myself with my new forge that I bought, or that George McClellan bought for me, and just get to know it before I get into my first knife build. So I got to get practiced up, and I got to, metallurgy is it's very, very interesting, and it's a lot of fun too. So, but anyhow, folks, I'm sorry, I'm rattling on here. We're at about 14 minutes, and so we'll go back to this other spot over here, and it's just really beautiful. I don't know, look at those 2 stars and the moon, and I think that's a jet trail there, maybe. A couple of them, we just live in that. But it's just so quiet out here, you can't hear nothing. I do hear a jet way off in the background, but that's about it. So, hey, I'm going to tune out here, or sign off, and thanks for watching my content, and we'll see you down the trail here in just a few minutes. Have a great little intermission here. Take care. Bye-bye.